What's up YouTube? How are you doing today? Chana D, your Techno Dad here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to add a fast 1 terabyte to many situations that you might find very useful around the house using the Barracuda Fast SSD by Seagate. And we're going to check it out right after the jump. And I'm back. Now I got a different type of video for you guys today, but you know, I am the Techno Dad. I love tech in all shapes and fashions, and this might actually help you and your home theater setup. I've used this drive in many different ways, and I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Seagate for sending this over for me to check out. Thank you guys so much. Now, one of the things I noticed when I opened the box and took out the drive is the sheer size of it. This thing is small. Included in the box, we get a USB-C to USB-C and a USB-C to USB-A type cable. On the drive, we have a USB-C port, and that's pretty much it other than the green LED when it's plugged in. Going back to size for a moment, I do normally use a 4 terabyte spinning drive, and here it is next to the Barracuda Fast SSD, and you can see this thing is a lot smaller, thinner. It's definitely lighter, and of course there are no moving parts, so it makes it super portable. The drive comes pre-formatted in Windows NTFS, which is what I kept the drive in. Now I use both Mac and PC here in my house, so I needed to make sure that I can access files from the drive on both platforms. Now, how do we do this on a Mac? Simple. There's a software called NTFS for Mac, which I've installed on both my 2012 laptop and 2018 laptop, and that makes transferring files so much easier when I'm going between PC or Mac, or even just using the drive on my Oppo 203, because obviously the Oppo won't read Mac OS journaled formatting, whereas it will read Windows NTFS. Now, what I like about this drive is that it is super versatile, and I've used it in many different ways. I use a 4 terabyte NVMe 2 drive when I'm editing videos, and sometimes I'm like, oh crap, I only have 200 gigabytes of space. So I'll quickly just dump like 500 gigabytes off of that onto the Barracuda Fast SSD, and that happens relatively quickly. I've also used it to add 1 terabyte to my Xbox One X, and I know if you guys, live in that quarantine life, are at home and just kind of downloading games and just running through them, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, my 1 terabyte in my Xbox One X is out of space. So one of the best things to do is just to slap this guy in. You will have to reformat it, of course, to Xbox's file system, and once you do that, you've got an extra 1 terabyte that's super fast. You can just keep the game on the external hard drive and it'll run faster than the internal in the Xbox. Nice little pro tip for you guys there. Another thing I like to do is sometimes when I have my ripping computer, which is a PC down here, and I'm ripping my 4K UHD rips that I want to watch on the big system upstairs, I'll just use this drive, plug it into my PC, copy the file over, and it's like some of the big ones are like 70 to 90 gigabytes. So that does take a little bit of time on the 4 terabyte spinning drives that I have, but on this, 1 terabyte SSD, it's pretty quick. I go upstairs, pop it into the USB in on the front of the Oppo. It reads it perfectly, and we're watching the movie. It's pretty cool in that aspect. Now, one of the best uses I found is that I really like this old card game from like the 90s when I was playing it in junior high. It's called Magic the Gathering, and it's like a physical card game, but I found out that they make a version for the PC. Now, I didn't want to play it on my gaming PC because that's down here in the studio, and I want to play on my laptop upstairs. We're just hanging out. My wife and I are she's watching TV, I'm playing the video game, or sometimes we're both playing the video game. The only thing is that I didn't have enough space on my 2018 laptop to actually install a copy of Windows. I had about 26 gigabytes left on my 1 terabyte internal, and I was like, oh man, well, what am I going to do? And I poked around on YouTube and found a tutorial on how I can install Windows 10 on an external drive and then just boot up from that external drive, and I'm running Windows on my Mac. So I did that, and I can play my little nerdy game card game, Magic the Gathering, on my MacBook Pro, and I'm not using any space on the internal. It's all from the external, the Barracuda Fast SSD, and it's working out like a charm. I think this is one of the coolest things, because if I just need Windows, I can just grab that SSD and boom, I'm in Windows. Sure, I could do the whole parallel desktop thing. The only issue is I just don't have space on that internal drive. And if I really wanted to go through and like start deleting a bunch of stuff, there's just so many files. It's my video editing laptop, so there's a ton of stuff on there that I really don't want to delete just yet. And I have to just go through and figure it out. But this Seagate SSD definitely helps with that situation, because now I don't have to worry about that. I can just plug it in, play my game, and I'm a happy camper. As far as speed goes, Seagate is saying that it's got a 540 read and write. In my testing with the Blackmagic app, it is going at about 507 read and write on my 2018 laptop. On my 2012 laptop, using USB-C to USB-A cable, I'm getting somewhere around 430-ish. Compared to the 4TB spinning drive, the numbers are greatly improved. So the Blackmagic app is letting me know that I can actually edit 4K 60 on my laptop using this drive without issue. So if I had like the 2TB version, wow, like that would be really cool. I could just edit by just having the information on that 2TB drive, plug it into my 2018 MacBook Pro, and I can edit off of that drive. Pretty sweet. So as far as a copy or a real world test, I have this folder of 127 gigabytes worth of 4K 60 footage. The video takes 34 minutes on my older 4TB spinning drive and about 23 minutes on the Seagate Barracuda Fast SSD. So that's around a 10-minute time savings. And I'm sure you're like, well, 10 minutes, that's not a big deal. But you gotta understand, I'm doing this all the time with all the videos. And some of my folders are like, 200 gigabytes of B-roll. And that really adds up after, some time. 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 15 minutes there. It could add up to an extra hour of time during my day that I really just don't have to spend. Well, I mean, we all have time to spend now, but I still have like other jobs and other things I need to do. I'm working on music here, working on a live performance for next Saturday. So all kinds of stuff going on, and all that time saving does help. As far as price, the 1TB costs $179, but you can find it on sale for around $159 on sites like Adorama. Amazon pricing has skyrocketed, so I would not buy one from there. All in all, if you're looking for a fast drive, a 1TB size, 2TB size, definitely check out the Seagate Barracuda Fast SSD. It'll work with PC, Mac, Xbox, Denon DJ system. I'm sure it'll work with Pioneer DJ system as well. And so it's very versatile, it's small, it's portable, and it's not that expensive. They do make a 2TB version, which I'm looking at getting. Like if I want to edit somewhere other than here in the studio, like upstairs or in the bedroom late at night, I could just use that 2TB, edit right off the drive, and I'm gonna be stoked. Again, big shout out to Seagate for sending this drive over for me to check out. And if you guys have any questions about this or anything else, let me know down in the comments below, or hit me up on social or email, whichever you like to use. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel using the button in the middle of your screen. Once again, my name is Chana D. I'm your Techno Dad, and I'll see you next time.